this is Jaylin. Today we are at the library. It's a Korean library in Ottawa, in Canada, and we have many selection of kids' books. And these are mostly science, biology, space, robots, and nature. I really like this section of the books. I have background in engineering and I'm doing AI, so therefore I really love learning from kids' books on this section. So actually, I have read already a few books, and I just can't wait to share what I learned with you. It's very interesting because usually you think that kids books don't have much to learn for adults, but you know what? I don't know. Like if you have maybe kids, I don't, but if you have kids, read their books, and mostly they're very uplifting or intriguing. They really needed to make kids get interested in a topic, so they cannot just say the facts. Oh, this cell, very difficult name, did this, and this chemical compound was breaking down in this way if you eat this, whatever. But if you use it with the stories, pictures, and intriguing way of drawing them, then they will have much more possibility to get interested in the topic. So what I find the most interesting thing about learning any topic is that you first have to have an interest. And how to have an interest? You get interested in something. And then how do you get interested in something? Somebody in a book or someone shows them that, hey, aren't you curious about this? Oh, haven't you had this kind of experience? Wasn't it frustrating? Wasn't it really curious of what it was? And then they draw them into the story. And with that, they can use a plot like one of these books. So this one, they uses format of introducing a story where people have conflicts. Like, oh, the size of my body, my uncle says that it's genetics, but I don't think so as a child. So the child is a character here. They decide to go to a court, and the judge of the court is the scientist. In the end, you learn so much about science and how actually things work. And you can see that a logical build up to that finding the solution. So I thought it was a very interesting way to approach learning science rather than very plain, boring language that is in research papers, usually in the university level and so on. So yeah, I really love that. So this is for biology, and they have a series, this court cases themed story books like this. Oh my god, they have so much. So they have, it's Korean, so I'm gonna read it for you. They have physics and chemistry, biology, earth science and math, and physics and daily life, and the compounds of physical molecules and animals and the sky, the space, and all these things, the weather, insects, and the light and sound and body, chemical reactions and waves, in the statistics, plants and metals, and so much. Like that's an interesting way to teach science to kids. And another one that I really liked was this one. This one called The Future is Coming, Robots. You see all these different types of robots. And it was published in 2019. I really love this one because it has many interesting illustrations of robots, and you see, and it talks about DARPA competition challenge. Let me see what it was. It was so fun. It was so fun. Oh, yes, there. So DARPA Robotics challenge. So these robots, they participated in the competition. And you see, you can notice Atlas from Boston Dynamics at the time. 8 missions. So you have to finish these 8 missions with the highest perfection, highest score, then you win. So the idea of this DARPA challenge is that the robots they were built before, they were not very suitable for disaster situations. For example, nuclear plant, they had huge explosion issues. And but then when they try to deploy robots to go fix them, because the humans are very fragile, we don't want to get exposed to the radiation, so they sent robots instead. But then they all failed. Why? Because they didn't know how to walk on the floor that is not flat. You know, if there were some rocks and all these objects that fell from the destroyed buildings, they were not able to walk on it properly. So there was a problem. And another problem they had was they were not resistant to the like fire, gas, and all these situations they were exposed to, these extreme situations. And some couldn't climb up the ladder, some was not able to turn and the valve or close the valve and things like that. So what they have developed here as a challenge is very, very interesting. So first, you should be able to drive on your own as a robot to a car to their location. And then you should be able to open the door and get off by yourself. And then you should be able to walk for 100 meters with the objects all over on the floor. And you should be able to remove the branches and things in front of you that is blocking the door to be opened. And then you open the door and you walk in. And then what you do is that you should be able to climb up the ladder, and you should be able to use a tool, the electric hammers and the electric saws, and you should be able to demolish a concrete wall. Then you go in. And once you got in, you should be able to close a valve, and then also you should be able to replace a valve, and you should get out of the place. So that's the challenge. 2015, when there was a challenge, this Korean robot, DRC Hubo, won the game. And he has a very long arms, and it is taller than before. It had a previous iteration of version. And oh, it's made out of the KAIST, it seems. So KAIST is the university that I said they have the best science department. So if you're curious, well, this is Korean book, but if you go to your local library in your language that you're in, then look for kids sections. So you might find something interesting like this, usually in science sections for me, but for whatever interests you, and you can get inspired. So also it helps you to learn what could be an engaging storytelling technique that you can use and adopt in your work, in your study, and yeah, so it will make us more well-rounded and more wholesome person, and more approachable, and you'll be able to explain things to kids, to have better relationship with your children and other kids. And I'm scared of kids. So they're, I don't know how to make them like me, but if I can tell them interesting story like this about robots and biology, about their human body, how they function, then I think there's a better chance that they will like me. Right? So yeah, that's what I wanted to share today. Get interested in the books in a kids section and share what you learn with me here. Okay, bye.